It's a little late for me to be doing this start of this, what's I'm hoping to be a weekly reading vlog, but the fireworks are finally like calming down. It's currently Monday, July 4th. It's after 10 o'clock, which is not the time for me to be doing this because I have to get up for work at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's about 4 hours from now. But I have an early day tomorrow and I do have off on Wednesday. So I just got to get through tomorrow and it'll be okay. Anyway, I have decided that I don't know what reading vlog I want to do next. I still have another one that I'm still working on editing. And so I wanted to try to do weekly vlogs and see what I read throughout the week. I don't know how this is going to work, if I'm going to be able to keep up with them or not, but I figured this is a good week to start because I am off 3 days this week because of the holiday. So I'm off Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll hopefully I'll get some reading done. I did actually finish a book already this week. I don't currently have it with me tonight in my book room. But I finished This Is Love Baby by Kay Webster, finally, after so long. And of course, it only took me 2 days to read it because I devoured it. I'm going to give it 4 stars, though. I think it was definitely lacking compared to the first one. I didn't like the whole back and forth between Brandon and Gabe. Like, it just felt like Bailey was like a ping pong ball being thrown back and forth between the two of them. And it was like the same stuff just happening over again. And it was just like excessive. And I was like, can we just like move on from whatever this is? And I'm not entirely sure I like what I don't know. The next book is Gabe's book. And I said I wasn't going to continue on after these first 2 books, but I might, I don't know, not right away, but I may in the future pick up the next book in this series. We'll see. So I give that one 4 stars. And then Jess was hosting a reading sprint with Tori and Sam from Sam Reads a Little, and McKay from Oh Hates McKay, and Shane was supposed to come but couldn't make it. So they did like a fairly long read. Usually the reading sprints are like an hour and a half. Hers was like 2 hours long almost, which was great because they did 2 different sprints. The first one was nice and productive, and I started to finally get into Reaper by Asa Varelli, which y'all know I was so excited to read this book, and I think I was edging a little bit because I'm so eager to read it that I'm afraid that it's just not going to be up to my expectation. I don't know. I'm afraid. Like, I'm so excited to read it, but at the same time, like, I don't want it to be over, and I'm hoping it's good because I have a lot of high hopes for this book, and I'm hoping it meets them. But I'm literally only like 8 pages into it. I didn't get far. I didn't even finish chapter 1. When they did the first sprint, I was trying to finish editing my vlog, and then the second sprint, figures, they started setting off fireworks in the street, and I'm just like, can we not? Because it was really distracting. And I couldn't focus for the life of me, so I just ended up not even really reading at all for that last sprint. So it wasn't a very productive sprint, but I still enjoy doing them and just getting on the lives and hanging out. I just wanted to start off this vlog with something because it's Monday already, and I didn't want to start this with nothing at all. So hopefully, I know my vlogs are like super, super long. I really tried to cut the historical romance one down, but like a lot of what I'd say, I'm like, well, I should keep this in. Like, this is about the books. I'm like talking about all the books, but I talk extensively. So I cut a lot of it out. It was over an hour long. It's now under an hour long. So hopefully, we'll see. I may go and do another run through tomorrow and cut more. I don't know. I just got to tweak. I got to put some graphics in and like tweak some things and take a thumbnail. I never take thumbnails. I'm terrible. When I do vlogs, I never take thumbnails. I completely forget. At least with like the regular sit down videos, like I'm already sitting there and I can hold up the books or whatever and do a thumbnail. When I do vlogs, I completely forget. Hi. Hi. You want to say hi? She's like, no. It's hot in here, Mom. Turn the AC on. Let me turn the air on? Yeah, I'll turn the air on. I just, yeah, that's it. I'm going to try to keep these clips short and sweet. I'm not going to try to do, if I'm going to do weekly vlogs, I don't want them to be an hour long, but we'll see how things go. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because I have to wake up stupid early tomorrow, and I'm taking a trip to Barnes and Noble tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna bring you guys along with me and film a little bit there if I remember. I don't plan. Okay, so I'm gonna say I don't plan on getting anything. I'm gonna see what's there first, especially in like indie romance, if there's any indie romances that I might want to get. But I don't currently have anything in mind that I want to pick up. And I also do have a couple Amazon. I have a couple books that are on the way from Amazon and from Pango. And I have a book. I sold a book, so I have to send one of those out. But that's it. That's so for this week so far. Reaper is probably what I'm looking at going to read. Oh, real quick, I also resubscribed to Kindle Unlimited because there is I forget what the series is called, a readathon going on with a Devney Perry series. And the only book I ever read from her was, Tattered. I read Tattered by Devney Perry, and I really, really liked that. So this is a different series. It's like an MC series, which I'm curious about. And there's 6 books in the series, so they're reading a book a week through the end of June into August. I know the first book is the week of the 17th, so I still have time. But yeah, so I got my KU subscription back. We'll see if they had a sale that was like you get 2 months for $4.99. So we'll see if I use it enough to keep it. I'm on the mindset now that it's like, okay, if I don't use it, I can just cancel it, and if I need it again, I'll just redo it. So it's not gonna be a big deal. But anyway, yeah. So I started that. I downloaded the first book for that, which was called I don't remember, Steal something. I don't remember. I don't know if I'll read that this week, but I'm definitely gonna read Reaper, and then we'll see what else. If I finish this, what else I might want to pick up. Maybe one of the books that's going to be on the way. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've been talking for 8 minutes already, and I told myself I was going to keep these clips short and sweet. But this is an intro, so of course I have to tell you every little tidbit. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so as you could see from the previous bit of footage, I went to, and as I mentioned yesterday, I made a trip down to Barnes & Noble today, this afternoon after work. My friend picked me up and we went down together. And then we decided to hit up the used bookstore that I talk about constantly in these videos. And we found some exciting goodies, both places. And then I also have a bit of book mail to share with you. So I'll do the book mail first. So this is a book I ordered off of Pango Books, which I talk about all the time. I don't see a lot of booktubers talking about it, so I don't know if it's like a common thing people use. But I did get Dirty English by Ilsa Madden Mills, and it's a signed copy. I don't know, again, I don't remember exactly what this is about, but I know he's a fighter. I remember this book was on my radar like a couple of years ago. I don't remember how long ago it came out, but it's been one of those books that was like, I wanted to, yeah, 2015, I was gonna say. It's been on my, like, in the back of my mind for a couple of years, and it's one of those that I forget about until I see it. I found it for like, I think it was like $6 or $5 or something on Pango, and it's in okay shape. I mean, the top's a little bit, I don't know if it got cut weird or what happened, but I'm not really worried about it. So there's that one. And now, oops, so I'll do the Barnes & Noble haul first, if I can find. And I was surprised because I don't have, the closest Barnes & Noble to me is about 30 minutes away, and then there's another one that's probably about 10-15 minutes away from that one. So we went to the one that I normally go to because it's a little bit closer. And I was surprised because the last time I went, which was like months ago, they didn't have as many indies as they used to have. I did find some, like they had like obviously book talk tables and whatever around. But usually, like last time I went, they did have it. They had Hooked. That's where I got that. And then they had a lot of Penelope Douglas, a lot of Katie Robert. They didn't have as much Katie Robert. And then I don't remember. But anyway, so I was just kind of browsing for, I don't know what exactly I wanted. I was just kind of was like, I just in there to get, I just wanted to go. Like it had been a while since I've been into an actual bookstore. So I wanted to go and look and see what was new and if anything caught my eye. I did have a list of historicals that I was looking for, and oddly enough they didn't have any except for one. So the one that I got was Dearest Rogue by Elizabeth Hoyt, which is part of her Maiden Lane series. I think the other one I have in this is Thief of Shadows, I think is the other one of this I have, this series. And again, I don't remember, this was on my list, so there was a reason that I wanted to read it. I don't remember what hardly any of these books are about, so I apologize for that, but that's per usual. And then the other one I found, which is one I was kind of like, I want to read it, but like, do I want to read it? And it has the new like discreet cover, and that's The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. They did also have Terms and Conditions, but I figured I'd just get the first one just to see if I want to continue with the series. And I was gonna get this, I'm like, well, it might be cheaper online, but it was the same price online as it was in store. And I got 10% off with my membership. So I figured I would get it through the store. And I think this is one that it's like, he runs an amusement park or something. He has a theme park. And she is she submits a drunk proposal criticizing the Dreamland's most expensive ride. I don't know. It sounds interesting. This is something a lot of people have been reading lately ever since the second one came. I think the second one came out, and then like the new covers. I really like the new covers. They're very pretty. Okay, and then this is from the used bookstore, and let me tell you how surprised I was to find some of these books. Normally I go there and I get primarily historicals because that's usually what I can find. And again, they didn't have anything on my list that I was looking for, but I did find a Lorraine Heath, The Scoundrel in Her Bed, which is a Sin for All Seasons novel. On my J.R. Ward list, I've now almost completed my collection of Black Dagger Brotherhood. So I found a copy, and this is like a brand new, beautiful copy of The Chosen, which is the one in the middle of the series that I was missing. I am still in the process of like collecting the hardcovers as well as the paperbacks, but I now have at least one of like every book in the series, at least one of them, so I can complete the whole series, reading the whole series. And then I also found, I don't remember which order, I think this is book 3, Envy, which is the Fallen Angels series. So I was missing this one, and then I was missing the last book, which is Possession. So I now have all of those books in that series. I still need to finish reading Covet. It's taking me forever to do it, so I'm hoping that I can get through that hopefully by the end of the summer. And now I found, so I have a couple Jamie Jo Wright books. The Cursed and Misty Wayfarer and The House on Foster Hill. I have those 2 books that I still have to read. And I found this one that was called Echoes Among the Stones. And this is another like spooky house feel. So I definitely really need to get reading her. I'm hoping I enjoy her because I now have 3 books by her to read. But I love the cover of this. And I love, this is like that has that matte feel that I love so much on book covers. Okay, now these last 2 I'm really excited about because I never, when I go in there, rarely do I find any indie published books, but I found 2. And the first one I found was a Jodi Allen Malpas, and this is Perfect Chaos. And again, it has that really gorgeous matte covering, and this is one of the ones that I think she published independently because there's no publisher listed. Yeah. First published in 2020 by Jodi Allen Malpas. And I haven't read anything by her. I do have a traditionally published book by her. I think I have The Protector or something. I don't know where, oh, it's up there. Yeah, I have The Protector, but I haven't read it. And I was just really excited. I honestly have no idea what this is about. I was just really excited to find an indie published book for $2.25. That's how much this book was, $2.25. And, I really like the cover. Finally, the book I'm most excited for. Again, remember, this book was $2.25 because I had credit. Otherwise, it would have still been just $3.25. Unseen Messages by Pepper Winters. And it's signed. It's beautiful, in amazing condition. $2. $2. And I haven't read anything by Pepper Winters. I have quite a few books on my list I want to read. I have Rule and Ruin and Sin and Suffer, that MC series. I have the duet by her I have to read. And I also have her Beauty and the Beast one on my Kindle that I have to read. And then I have this one, which is I think they're stranded on a desert island sort of deal, which I'm really excited about. But it's a big old chunk of a book. It's like almost 600 pages. But y'all don't know how excited I was to find. I literally wasn't even looking. I was looking at their trade paperbacks because they have, you'll see, I don't think I showed that wall, but you can see in the footage that like their shelves, there's books stacked on top of the shelves. They go floor to ceiling almost. Like there's just stuff everywhere. And like to find like these things in the chaos is really exciting. And I usually, like the trade paperback wall, I don't really very often go to, but that's where these were. So now I'm gonna have to peruse a little bit more. So I'm really excited by this haul, guys. Like I spent more money than I probably should have today, but honestly, I'm not disappointed because I really don't spend money on anything really other than books. Like it could be drugs, right? It could always be drugs, and I read them. So, but I am going to be, now that I have my KU subscription back, I'm going to be a little bit more conscious of the books that I buy. I'm going to try to like read them first, and then if I really like them, I will try to buy a physical copy. We'll see how that goes. I am going to try to just be more conscious of it. I'm going to keep track of how much I spend a month in books and kind of limit myself, especially because I do have a Mystic box subscription, and that's worth it, but a little bit pricey for a budget like that's like mine. So, and I know it's every 2 months, which is actually really good. But anyway, it is Tuesday. It is about 4:30. I just got home. I literally left work at like 10 after 11. I came home, took care of the dogs, and then by the time I was done with that, like my friend was here and we just spent the afternoon hanging out. So now I'm finally home. I'm going to make dinner, change some PJs, and I'm gonna try to read for a while. I don't know what I'm gonna read. I did start reading today Ivan by Sophie Lark, her entire Underworld series. I think it's called the Underworld series. Well, I don't know if it still is, but it was. All 8 books were $1.99 on Kindle. That's not even with Kindle Unlimited, just buying them on Amazon on the ebook, $1.99 for 8 books. So I started reading Ivan today during my lunch break. I think I got like 2 chapters in. I honestly had no idea what it was about, but it's a Russian mafia book, romance. And it's really interesting so far. The 2 chapters, literally, it's just our heroine, Sloane, I think her name is working in a strip club. And apparently she's there to assassinate somebody. And then we have Ivan, who is, I'm not exactly sure what he is, if he's a member of the Bratva. But his shipment of, I can't remember of weapons was just, I don't know if it was stolen or something happened. So literally that's all that's happened so far in the book. Like the couple hasn't even interacted or met each other. So I really am going into this completely blind. I have no idea what this series is about. I just know that I wanted to read Sophie Lark at some point this summer. I never read her before. I know her Brutal Birthright series has blown up along with her Kingmaker series. And I think that someone mentioned that characters from her Underworld show up in the other 2 series or at some point. So I want to try to read them as close to in order as possible. So I'll read the 8 books of the Underworld series, then read Brutal Birthright, and then read Kingmaker. So it's going to be a journey for me to catch up on the Sophie Lark's whole backlist. I probably honestly may never make it, but I'm going to hopefully enjoy myself trying. And then I'm also still reading, do I have it? I don't know where I put it. I think it's over there. Reaper by A. Zevarelli. No further than that, again, because I haven't had time to read today. So, well, aside from that 30-minute lunch break I had earlier. So yeah, so I'm going to make dinner. I think I have a flatbread, Southwest pizza that I'm probably going to cook. Or a burger. I thawed out burgers yesterday and I don't know. Maybe I'll save that for I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go eat dinner and then I'm going to read and then we'll see where else the night takes us. I am off tomorrow, so we'll see what happens tomorrow as well. I'm trying to think, like, I don't have plans tomorrow. I have to run to the bank and I have to run to the post office and do laundry. And I think that's it. So it'll probably be a very at-home day, which most of my days off are. Anyway, I always say these updates are going to be super short, and this one's already 15 minutes long. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'll update you guys tomorrow or whatever. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I just want to do this update quick before I forgot and didn't do one today at all, which honestly wouldn't have been like the most terrible thing since my updates tend to be super long. But I just took a break from reading to let the dogs out and I had a package waiting. So I figured I would do a little bit of an unboxing for you. I got some book mail today. So I got an Amazon order and then my book of the month came. We'll do the book of the month first. I have been a book of the month member since, well, I have been one since I think 2017, like late 2017. And then I stupidly canceled it for like, I don't know, about 6 months last year and picked it back up in, I think, about March of this year. So I unfortunately lost my BFF status because of that, but that's all right. So I picked it back up and I still have not been reading the books I've been getting for the month, but I've been getting them regardless. So I picked 2 books for the month of July. The first one I got was The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. This is a romance novel, and I think it's the heroine who's the bodyguard, from what I understand. And I forget, someone read this already. I think they had an arc of it. I don't remember if it was Jen from the Book Refuge or Riley Marie, I honestly don't remember. Someone did read this already and they actually were surprised by it, like they enjoyed it. So I decided to pick it up and give it a go at some point. And then the other book I got was Firstborn by Will Dean. Now this one gave me a little bit of Dark Fever vibes by Karen Raimondi, which is my absolute favorite series. I don't think this has the paranormal fantasy sort of element or the urban fantasy. I think it's an urban fantasy. Doesn't have the element like that series does, but this is about twin sisters, one who lives in London and the other lives in New York. And the one in New York, I think, I don't know if she goes missing or she's murdered, and the one from London goes to New York to investigate her murder. So I'm excited I keep saying I'm going to keep reading more thrillers, and I keep getting and acquiring more, but I never actually take the time to read them. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog where I read thrillers that have been sitting on my shelves forever. And then because I had referred someone to Book of the Month this month, I got these little like emoji reaction enamel pins that are really cute. So I actually did get my add-on was actually free this month because I had a referral credit. So that's exciting. Those are my Book of the Month books. And now we're gonna go on to the even more exciting thing. I've been wanting to get these books forever. And I finally pulled the trigger and ordered them. I had a friend that I have not read these books, but I know a lot about them from watching other booktubers talk about them. And I was telling my friend at work who reads about them, and she was like, well, now I have to buy them. And was like getting all mad at me because I made her buy more books, which books I don't own yet myself and haven't read. So I finally pulled the trigger and bought them for myself. The first one being Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I cannot wait to dive into this book. It sounds completely up my alley. It is about I think it's a sister's fiance romance or something like that. I think they going to a rehearsal dinner or something. Oh, birthday party. Our heroine Cora is going to her sister's birthday party, and she gets stranded. She gets drunk and has a walk of shame and gets stranded somewhere, and the only person that'll pick up the phone is her sister's fiance, Dean. And then it turns out the two of them get kidnapped together, and like crazy shit happens because I guess the guy who kidnaps them is like this psychotic serial killer who forces his victims to fall in love with each other before he kills them. That alone had me hooked. But I watched a live show with Jennifer Hartman. I don't know if it was on Tori's channel or Jess's channel, but there was a recent, no, it wasn't recent. Was it recent? I watched it recently. It might have been, they might have had it like a few weeks or a month ago or something. I don't know. I'll link it down below. It's a great interview with the author who was talking about how it's a lot more. I think only like the first 30% is them being kidnapped, and the whole rest of the book is them dealing with the aftermath of the events that happened in the beginning. And I hear it's fantastic and amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. And fun fact that I didn't know until I watched that interview, this cover art. So I guess Jennifer Hartman's husband does a lot of her cover art, and this is actually their arms. It's her and her husband filmed this in their house by themselves, which I think is super adorable and awesome. So yeah, so I can't wait to read this. Then the other one is another one that's been popping up all over BookTube lately, and that is There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. This is an author I have been dying to read. This is a book that sounds so amazing, where he's the serial killer that she falls in love with. I need to read more dark romance like this. I love hitman romance, the idea of hitman romances. Like, I'm reading Reaper right now by A. Zavarelli, and he is a hitman pretty much. He's the killer for the Irish Mafia, and I am loving it. So I cannot wait to dive into this either. Sophie Lark is also an author that I have not read before, except I'm now currently reading Ivan, but I'm only like a few chapters into that book, so I can't really say for sure how I feel about her as an author, but the ideas behind all of her books I'm here for. I have heard, this is a duet But I have heard this one is a lot better than the second one. Like some people say, I think it was Jess was saying that the second one wasn't her favorite. It was like lacking in a lot of the things that this one had. But I'm really excited for both of these books. So that's my little mini book unboxing haul thing that I have. And reading update, like I said, I was in the middle of reading before I stopped to take the break and film this update. I've gotten about 100 pages into Reaper by A. Zebarelli, and I'm loving it. I'm feeling all of the things, and this has been delivering on everything I've wanted. We're getting Ronan's harsh backstory, and it really, really reminds me, if you guys have ever watched Sons of Anarchy, I think it's season 3, whatever season it is, they go to Ireland, and when his son is kidnapped and brought to this, I don't even know what you would call it. It's like, I forget what they called it in here. Lachlan explains what it is, but it was like the same exact thing that Ronan grew up in, where they're like radicals, and they have like these nurseries for their children that the parents give them up when they're babies, and when they're about 8 or so years old, they're thrown into this like harsh training regiment to make them like hardened killers, and only the toughest survive. Like there are literally children dying and being murdered because they can't survive these trials and lessons they're put through. And this was Ronan's upbringing, which is never like, we see Ronan a lot in the first book, but of course it's not his book, so we don't get a lot of in-depth analysis of his character. But this is amazing, and just about almost all of his chapters start with flashbacks of when he was a kid growing up. My battery's about to die, so I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to keep reading this tonight. It's only about 7:30, probably close to 8 o'clock. So I'm going to see how far I can get into this tonight. I do work tomorrow, and then I'm off Friday, Saturday, so I'm hoping to be able to finish this. If not tomorrow, then by the end of the weekend, and then see what I pick up next. But I'll catch you guys later.
Look at the little faces. Is that your puppy? Hi. Yes. Hi. You're so pretty. That's Amber. And little Sophie. You ready to go to bed? Oh, are you ready to go sleep? Yes. Oh, you're so precious. Precious girl, get out of her butt. Oh.
Figured this was a new angle for me to do an update, where you could see the dogs and my head. So it is like, I don't know, 10:30 Thursday night, and I'm about to go to bed, as you can probably tell. But I wanted to update because I finished another book. I just finished Reaper by A. Zebarelli, and I'm giving it 5 stars. It was amazing. I love Ronan. I knew I would love Ronan even from reading Crow. I love his character. I'm sorry, do you want to be in this shot too? Would you like to do this update, little girls? They're ridiculous. Hi, you're so pretty. You're such a sweet little puppy. Look at that face. Yes, my update. I love Ronan. I knew I would love Ronan. It was a little bit less, I want to say like the ending was not quite as what's the word I'm looking for? Action-packed. Wasn't quite as action-packed as the first one, but like I'm not mad about it. I loved it. And there was a trope in here that this is the kind of what I like. I like it when this trope that a lot of people don't like, but I like when it works out in plots like this, because it's like, it's something that you just want to see. You want to see it happen because you have to.
I'm not gonna spoil it. It's late. I'm tired. Can you tell? So yeah, but I did get a lot done today. When I got home from work, I filmed 2 videos. I edited 1 to completion, and I finally did a thumbnail for my historical romance reading vlog and got that posted. So that's finally up. I edited my wrap up, my quarterly wrap up, and I still have to film my haul. So I'll probably edit that tomorrow. And then I don't know, like I'm off. Excuse you. Oh my God. I'm off tomorrow and Saturday. I have plans tomorrow night, but other than like just in the evening, probably not until like 5 o'clock. So I have like 2 whole days of stuff. As usual, I do have stuff to do around the house. I have to do laundry and whatever. But I did finally, I think I mentioned in my historical romance vlog that I had to reorganize my room because it was still like disorganized from when I pulled my bookshelves out and put them in my book room. But I finally did that like, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember when I did it. So my room is like pretty much set up almost the way I want it to be. I do want to eventually give it a thorough like cleaning, like get rid of stuff like I did with my mom's old bedroom before I turned it into my book room. I went through everything and got rid of a bunch of stuff and just cleaned it out. But anyway, I don't know if I'll do that this weekend or these days that I'm off or not. Next weekend I have a 3-day weekend. I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I have a concert Friday night. This weekend I work Sunday. I'm still reading, what was I reading again? Oh, I'm reading the ebook of Ivan by Sophie Lark. I'm probably going to put most of my attention span into finishing that next. I don't know what, I think I read 2 chapters at work today. But I'm going to give that my full attention next. I wanted to finish Reaper like so bad because I realize if I read too many books the same genre at once, I get the plots mixed up. And I did that for, actually I did that for Crow and Twisted Loyalty, so I read them back to back. So I'm hoping that I don't get plots confused, but we'll see. So yeah, Ivan I had no idea what it was going into it. I never read the synopsis. I didn't watch any videos of anyone even talking about reading it. But so far, from what I gather, our heroine, Sloane, is a female assassin. And her next target is Ivan Petrov, who is the head of the Bratva, the Russian Bratva. And the book takes place in, I think it's St. Petersburg, Russia, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever read a mafia book that actually takes place in the country that the actual mob is from. They usually take place in like the States, New York, Boston, Las Vegas, wherever there's a big mafia presence in the States. But it's interesting so far. So yeah, so I'm probably going to read more of that tomorrow, edit some videos. I'm honestly, depending on how I feel in the morning, it's probably going to be another day of me just not doing much of anything. And after filming my haul, I have piles of books on the floor that I have to get back on the shelves. So I may do some shelf organization. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. I really don't know what I'm going to do in a day until I'm already doing it. But I have a bad tendency of being lazy. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed now because I can tell I'm tired because my voice is getting like deeper and grovelly. And I'm losing my train of thought. So I'm going to go to bed and I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hello. It is Saturday. I don't think I've updated. I don't remember what was it, either Wednesday or Thursday was the last day I updated. But I finished another book. That was Sophie. So I was gonna finish this last night, but I
I read a lot of it yesterday, but I ended up going to my cousin's house last night, and they have every couple weeks or so I go over there for dinner, and we usually either play cards, or if it's the weather's good, we do an outdoor movie, because they have this really cool like big blow up movie screen with like a projector. So we ended up watching Back to the Future. So my local park does a like outdoor movie like once a month throughout the summer and into the most of the fall. And they were gonna do Back to the Future last weekend, I think. And it was canceled because we're supposed to get thunderstorms, which we never did. So I mentioned that to, because I had plans to go over there last weekend, but I was like, no, like I'm busy. Well, not plans, but like they invited me to go over last weekend, and I already had other plans. So this weekend I told them that we ended up not going to that movie, and they said, well, we can watch it on the big screen out here. So that's what we did, and it was fun. I haven't seen that movie in years, and I forgot how well it still pretty much holds up. It holds up really well, I think, personally. But yeah, so that was yesterday. I didn't get home till like midnight, but I still was like awake, and I was sat here and read for I don't even know how long, like quite a while actually. What time is it? It's just about 3 o'clock now, but I finished Ivan by Sophie Lark, and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it was way too short. It was only like 219 pages according to what Goodreads says, and I'm like, it's so short. It's like, but a lot is packed into that short amount of time. So we have our heroine Sloane, who is a hired assassin. She doesn't know who hires her. All her contracts go through a broker, so they don't know who they're hiring, and she doesn't know who's hiring her. It's all anonymous. It goes through a middleman. But of course, like, he's a hacker and like knows who's who because that's what he does. So he does come into play a little bit later on, which is actually kind of funny. But so she's hired to kill Ivan. We don't know why exactly. We don't know who hires her, obviously, but she sneaks into his compound. He lives in an old monastery, which I think is cool. She sneaks into his bedroom and tries to kill him, but he catches her before she can do it, takes her prisoner. So this is where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, because it's such a short book that a lot has to happen in a short amount of time. So it feels insta love-ish, or at least definitely insta lust, because like she is in this like cell, and then he interrogates information out of her, and then like by the next time he comes in, like they're going at it, and I'm like, I don't what is this? Like I'm like, okay, this is happening very fast. And then from then on, like, she just agrees to work with him to figure out, because his guns were stolen by a rival or guy, and like it's a whole thing. And I'm just like, a lot is happening very quickly. Things are moving very fast. We don't get a whole lot. I don't know, like everyone that I follow like on Goodreads is giving it like 5 stars. I gave it 4 stars. But everyone's giving it like 5 stars, and it's like the greatest thing. And I'm like, I gotta be missing something with this, because it didn't feel, I love mafia content. This had a lot of mafia in it, a lot of action-packed stuff from beginning to end, which I liked about it. But like the romance for me was just off. Something wasn't clicking for me with the couple. I feel it was more lusty than anything, because this whole book takes place over a few days, and by the end of it they're like saying they love each other and they want to get married, and I'm just like, this seems like a lot is happening right now. I keep saying that, but it just felt like things were going too fast. I think it would have been better if the book would have been longer. I did see a lot of people in the reviews say that they wish it would have been longer. They wanted more out of it, and I think it would have benefited from just stretching it out a little bit more. Not necessarily the action part of it was happening, but like also it would have given more time for the romance. It just felt, like I said, it felt too quick. Things were going too quickly between the couple, and I didn't feel, I could understand because they were more of an equal ground, but I don't know. Something wasn't there for me to appreciate the couple, or to even appreciate Ivan as a character. Usually, like, I love the big bad mafia guys that are soft for the girl. And there was something just missing with him that, like, we see him before Sloane comes into the picture and you see him as the bad mafia guy. But then as soon as he, like, sees her, all bets are off and he is, like, completely weak for her. And I'm just like, I don't know. There is just a little bit, he was a little bit too soft for me in that he changed his ways too easily, and the guys just kind of went along with it. Like, a lot of times in these mafia romances, you have the secondary characters, the other guys in the syndicate, being like, you can't let a woman get to your head, like, there's serious shit that needs to be done, and, like, you're letting her get to you and you're making these judgment calls because of your feelings, and, like, that's not okay, you're putting the rest of us in danger. And, like, there wasn't that in this. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still giving it 4 stars. And there's still a bunch, I still have the entire series left to read. I'm going to read the whole series. But I don't think I'm going to read Snow is the next one. In this series, we don't even get to meet. The one thing I do like about continuing series is that you get to meet the other characters in, like, the previous books. So you get kind of ideas of maybe what this next story is going to be. But I know Dom gets a book. We meet Dom. But, like, I don't know, they don't call anyone Snow in this book, so I don't know who Snow is gonna, like, who they are in relation to this whole thing in the next book. So I'm curious to see if we actually even met them yet or not. I don't know, but I'm going to take a break from the underworld right now because I do have to read, booktubers are doing a read along for, I don't remember what the series is called. Oh, Clifton Forge series by Devney Perry. So the first book is gonna be Steel King. So I think they're doing a book a week, and the live show is not this coming weekend, next weekend. So I have to read Steel King and then whatever the next book is. Riven Knight, I think. So I gotta read those 2. So I'm probably gonna start that next. I also need to start reading... So the Historical Hellions pick for this month is Ransom by Julie Garwood, but I think it's the second book to The Secret, and I haven't read The Secret yet. So I'm like, do I need to read The Secret first before I read Ransom? Because both of these are, like, chunky book. Like, Ransom is 500 pages. And The Secret is shorter than that, but still pretty long. Let me see. This has other stuff. Oh, 379. So this is more of an average length, but, like, Ransom is really long, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out if I need to read them in order or not. Otherwise I'm probably not gonna be able to make it, because I read, y'all know I've been reading books at a fairly decent clip right now, but that could change at any minute, because normally I already read, it's the first week of July and I read 3 books. It's, like, unheard of for me. Like, full-length books, not novellas, although Ivan was fairly short, but still. So I don't know, it's what did I say, it was almost 3 o'clock on Saturday. I think I may end this vlog here because I completed 3 books in this, well, kind of in this vlog. I finished the one before I even started it, but I don't want to end a vlog with me starting another book and then not, you know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna end this here. Maybe I'll do a clip later. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know if I'll keep doing weekly vlogs or not. We'll see how ambitious I am, but I've got a couple, so I just want to, like, me doing weekly vlogs means that you'll get a vlog or a video every week. If I don't do them, then I don't know how sporadic my videos will be, because after I post my haul and my wrap up, I don't have, and this vlog, I don't have, like, anything else really planned to do. So I feel like doing a weekly vlog will at least give some consistent content, assuming I keep up with it. That's a big assumption. So, I mean, I can try it and see how it goes for a little while, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I guess I'll go. I think I don't know if I'm gonna take a break. Maybe. I do have a lot of writing to catch up on. I haven't been writing in, like, a couple weeks. I've been in a writing slump because I've been in a big reading mood. It's turned in me and given me a writing slump. Usually it's the opposite, where I'm in a writing mood and I'm in a reading slump. I can never just have a happy medium. It's gotta be one or the other, which is super annoying. But like I said, I'm getting a lot of reading done. So, all right, well, I'm gonna end this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming and enjoying the week with me. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next vlog, in my next video. I don't know. We'll see. Bye.